everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and today we'll be discussing metaphysics and we will be meditating. I actually just came on over from Grace Yoga stream, who was doing a beautiful meditation. So I'm actually a little bit zenned out right now. Adam Yogi, hey, I saw you over there, man. I hope your day is going well. I hope all is going well with you. Yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? Today was a rough day for me. I hope other people are having better days than I was having today. Hey, Christine the Bean, how are you? So good to see you. I hope all is well with you. I hope you're having a peaceful day. I hope you're having a day where you feel inspired and lively and just where you feel good, like you should, because you're worthy of love and light, and that's just it's something that we gotta keep reminding ourselves. It's tough. It's tough to always feel that internal love, right? To feel that worthiness, right? And to embrace it, right? I mean, it's you can intellectualize it and know that you feel a given way, but to actually feel it in your heart is so much more difficult sometimes, especially if there's a tremendous amount of baggage and things in there that are trying to prevent you from feeling that love and light. So it's just something to keep in mind. Christine the Bean, you say, been missing this stream. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you've been able to tune in. So apparently the buffering issues are not affecting you tonight. That's good, because I've done everything I can on my end to fix the buffering issues. The way it works is if you're a Twitch affiliate like I am, it's just luck of the draw. Sometimes you can adjust the settings. It gives you that option, or sometimes it just basically you're just stuck with whatever bit rate it wants to stream at, like 1080 or whatnot. So yeah, today it allows you. It's one of those days where it allows us to adjust the settings and feel at peace. So it's really good. It's good that we have that. So a few things that I wanted to do today. Um, when I discuss my metaphysics, during the meditation, typically, I say a lot of things, right? And some of the things that I say are things like, your essence is love, right? Um, uh, oh yeah, hey Adam Yogi, thank you so much, man. Today was a rough day for me. Roku Hemda, hey, how are you, brother? Yeah, today was a really rough day for me. I've been having chronic back pain for a long time, and I do all sorts of stuff like holistic things to try to resolve the back pain. Like initially I started doing qigong, and that got rid of it. But then the back pain slowly crept in over time, and then I started doing yoga all the time, right? And that helps, but and it took away all the back pain. But then the pain came back. It crept back into my being, and I started doing kumnae, and I started doing all sorts of stuff. Taking doing sound healing, stuff like that. I feel like I've tried everything, and it's been going on a long time. Hey, frequently misunderstood is here, dude. Hello, man. How are you, brother? We gotta have a good talk one of these days. I wanted to talk to you about sacred geometry. I know Tommy James is big into that, but I think I have a feeling that you have some knowledge and wisdom about sacred geometry as well. But yeah, today so I've been having a lot of back pain for just so long, and it drains on you. To constantly be in pain is so draining, and it just kind of makes life so much more unpleasant. Even when it's like, yeah, and yeah, I can hey, DJ Chris Shuns, you're hosting, man. Thank you so much, brother. Good to see you here. DJ Chris Shuns, otherwise known as Imbalanced Physique, is a streamer here in the fitness and health community. Totally awesome, kind, loving, gentle human being. Super authentic. Definitely check him out. Let me give a shout out to Imbalanced Physique. All right, there we go. There we go. Shout out is in, man. Shout out is in. I hope you're having a good day, dude. I was just saying, I've been having a rough day. It was one of those days where it was just really really challenging. I've been having back pain for a long time, and I've tried every holistic endeavor, to try to resolve that pain, and it's just things help, but at the end of the day, when you wake up every single morning in excruciating pain, it's like, man, that drains on you, that totally drains on you over time. So yeah, so like I went to University of Illinois Chicago's pain clinic today, and they prescribed me a medication, Grace Yoga, with a rate of 15. Wow, wow. The emote wall is getting blown up. Grace Yoga is incredible. See Death, thank you so much for the follow. I was actually just over in Grace Yoga's stream a little while ago, and I did one of her professional, beautiful meditations, and it was so good. Everyone here should definitely go to Grace Yoga's stream and drop her a follow and check out her next stream. She streams on Insight Timer, I believe, on Wednesdays, and she streams on Twitch Monday nights, and I believe it's Sunday mornings, if I recall. But yeah, she's one of the best. I consider her like the founder of the fitness and health category here on Twitch. She's like that. She's that into it. She knows everyone. She's just such a professional. She's such a wonderful person. And you go to her channel, and you just feel that love and that light, and it just enervates, or not enervates. It does the opposite of enervate. I'm sorry. Enervate means to weaken. It bolsters your own internal love and peace, and it's such a wonderful thing. I'm feeling way better, Grace, after your meditation. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I was having a rough day, but yeah, things are going good now. It's great. And Nanera's here. Hey, Nanera, it's great to see you. How is all with you? Um, Nanera, did my automatic shout out come out for you? I hope so, because Nanera is definitely someone who you also have to check out her stream. She's a streamer here on Twitch as well. Let me. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. Yeah, check her out. She knows all sorts. She has all sorts of wisdom about cooking, and she does all sorts of health related topics on her stream. Definitely check her out. Wonderful human being, and she's funny. She's so funny. She cracks me up. Whenever I get to check out one of her streams. Um, Grace, you said, "Oh, I'm really glad you are feeling better after the meditation." Yeah, well, thank you. Well, I mean, you did that meditation, and I'm truly grateful for the experience to be a part of that. Because it's funny when I do meditations on here, when I run guided meditations, it's great, and I feel more peaceful, and I can connect with that love and joy and light in others. Um, but sometimes I feel like my meditations, could always use a little more flair, a little more spice, and just being around people who are totally in tune with the meditative practice and have been teaching it for years just makes my meditations better also. So thank you so much. It's I'm truly honored to be a part of this community. It's such a wonderful group of people. Yeah, frequently misunderstood, and I want to talk with you about sacred geometry later, man. I feel like you would have some really, really, really good stuff to say. I don't know if you mentioned it earlier. Yes, let's talk for sure. My opinions on sacred geometry might be contrary to what you think. Really, really, I'm interested in that. We'll have to discuss this later, like on the phone or something, because I mean, I'm sure you know a lot about it, and Tommy James is all about one of our friends. He's a merry prankster. He's all about sacred geometry, and he does all this beautiful artwork and everything with sacred geometry, and he's a really gifted woodworker. So, but yeah, I'm interested to hear what you have to say, because I'm thinking of using some sacred geometry for some panels and some logos and stuff I want to design. Um, Adam Yogi, you say how much meditation is too much meditation? Asking for a friend. That's interesting. Yeah, Nara, I'm kind of on board with that. No such thing, right? I mean, meditation is so important, right? Because it enables us to connect with our true self, and that's what we need. We need, we get so caught up in this high paced world, right? With deadlines and screaming bosses and egos and all these things, right? So it's like we need that meditation. I mean, there's some monks that will meditate for, I don't know, 24 hours, right? They'll do a 24-hour meditation. That would be cool if I did a 24-hour meditation on stream, maybe. And I was actually flirting with that idea. Like, I'm a little concerned about like things like going to the bathroom and like my hamstrings cramping up and all that. But I think I want to one day to do a 24-hour meditation where I just sit here and lead us through meditation for 24 hours. I think that would be a really cool thing. Maybe like for a charity, for like we could do like a fundraiser or something like that. I think that would be really cool. I'm nowhere near that point yet where I could sit for 24 hours, but I have sat for 8 hours. That was the longest I've ever sat for meditation. And it gets tough. It gets brutal. Like your body starts feeling like it wants to move. After a while. But it's definitely something I aspire to. Some of the Buddhist monks out there can do it, and they're the ones who are the in touch with that divine love and light and within. So yeah, I don't think there is too much meditation you can do, because we need to. Meditation and yoga and the internal arts, right? The internal energy arts are the way that we can connect with our divine selves, and we can counteract all the craziness in the world, right? Like with politics and with just technology moving at such a fast rate. We need something to push against that, to balance us out, right? And meditation is our tool, and yoga is a tool that we can use to do that. And qigong, kumnaye, tai chi, these are all this is all we have in our arsenal. Breath work, right? This is what we need to use to balance out everything. Because life has gotten crazy. I mean, it didn't used to be like this. Back in the day. It just, things used to move at a much slower pace, and the faster the speed of things, the less peace that we feel. And I'll say that again: the faster things move, the less peace we feel. In stillness, we can connect with the divine. But when things are moving at a million miles a second, I mean, we're just lucky to be able to hang on and to make it into work on time, and to deal with everything. And then when things are moved, the faster things move, the more people are likely and more prone to lose their cool, right? And so my goal is to do as much meditation as possible, such that I can be at peace when I'm around people who are losing their heads, right? I used to be a special education teacher, and I worked at a school that had all the students that had been kicked out of all the other schools in pretty much throughout Illinois. I mean, we had kids coming up from 2.5 hours, 3 hours away. Like, can you imagine that, a 2.5 hour bus ride every day to school? But they were a danger to themselves and others, right? And it was tragic. Like, you would have constant fights. You'd have constant kids trying to attack themselves and others, and it was like a war zone. And so the staff was constantly getting stressed out and losing their minds, and just freaking out, and it was a very violent environment. And so what I did is I came into that environment, and I was determined, to bring peace and love into an environment such as that. So I remember just one day I was just sitting in a classroom. We had just had to physically manage a student. That means we had to restrain the student and literally bring the student to the floor, because the student was spitting and trying to bite everyone, and it was a crazy, horrific scene, right? And we had, it's just all we all had to do that. There was a time where I was averaging 10 physical managements a day, because you need, if a student is literally, and we literally had a student that would try to like claw her eyes out. I mean, it was crazy, right? So like you'd have to restrain these students at times. And so the staff was just, freaking out and getting angry, and everyone was just losing their calm. And I was just so determined to bring peace. So I just sat down in a chair, because after things settled down a little bit, and I just basically I just kind of said in my mind, you know what, let's have perfect peace. I'm ready for perfect love. Please, universal energy that exists. Please, a lot help me, be at peace. And everything in my perspective, like the whole classroom, just turned to light. It just turned to beautiful, the most beautiful radiant light. Like all the desks and everything just started glowing, and it was the most beautiful situation. And all of the pain and stress that I'd been feeling just dissipated from me, and I was able to sit in this wild and intense environment in a state where I was feeling nothing but the utmost love and peace in my being. And that was a transformative experience. People talk about transformative experiences, and that was one of them. And then I was able to keep that love and peace with me and help all the other staff members calm down throughout the course of the day. And that really that had a major impact on me. And then every morning, I would wake up at 3:30 in the morning, and I would do 3 to 4 hours of yoga, qigong, kumnaye, and meditation. And I was determined to bring that peace that I had with me into that crazy warlike environment, and teach others how to be more peaceful. And it started, it's funny, you can't just go up to people who have no experience in meditation and yoga and qigong, and just be like, oh, just do a little breath work and you'll be fine, right? You gotta start, or you can't talk to them about the deepest fundamental level of metaphysics, right? You have to start small. So I started by just giving hugs. Literally, that was it. I would come in and I would see someone who looked stressed out, and I would walk up and I would give them a hug, and it made such a big difference. Imbalance, you say you're going to lurk for a while. It's time to double up on my workouts. Well, good, man. Thank you for the lurk, and good luck with your workout. I hope all is well with that. Hope all goes well with that. But yeah, so I just started giving hugs to my fellow coworkers, and I gave them as much love as I could, and it was like a warm embrace. Oh, and by the way, this is something kind of interesting. I went to a tantra workshop, and apparently most people, when in the USA, I guess, when they go to hug, they go to their left. And I know it looks like I'm going to the right, but that's just from the camera, right? But that way is actually a colder, according to Tantra and the tantric theory, that's actually a less warm embrace than going to your right. And the reason being is because your hearts are closer in alignment. If you can envision, when you go to your right, because your heart is situated a little bit to the left side of you, right? So when you give a hug, try to give a hug to your right side, the other person's left side, and it's supposedly a warmer embrace. Yeah. So, oh, how was the hug taken, Grace? That's a great question. Well, initially, I would only do it with people that I was, really close with, like my coworkers that I was like already good friends with, and then it spread. They would start giving the hugs to other people, in other coworkers there, and then people would see us hugging, and then they would see how happy and joyful we felt, and then they would give each other hugs, and eventually everyone was hugging each other. It was crazy. I was working at this school that was just pure violence, because we were constantly had to be on guard, because of the students would attack oneself and others, right? But we were all giving each other hugs, and then by the end of the year, and it was just to start the day with a hug. It's such a wonderful thing, and a hug and a smile, and it's like it's so simple. It's so simple, but a hug and a smile like makes such a difference. When you see someone stressed out, And so that's how I started the project. And then after a while, people started noticing that the energy, that things started feeling better, and that the work, they didn't say energy, that these weren't concepts that a lot of these people were familiar with, these, but they would say things like, it feels more positive. People feel happier around here in this school lately, right? And so, I kept going with it. And then one of the really cool things was my boss Melissa said, "Hey, you know what? Could you do a meditation for the staff because people have been so stressed out?" And I said, "Sure." Right. So I was able to. That was the first time I had ever done a guided meditation with a lot of people. There were probably I think like 75 people or so in the room, and I did a big live guided meditation for those people, and people loved it. People really got into it, and then it was like a big thing. And then I asked permission from the school, from the faculty, if I could teach some qigong in my classroom that I had been working on. I had higher functioning students at the time, and so I got permission to do that. So I taught some qigong in the classroom, just three postures. It was just carrying the moon and lifting the sky, and then one other one, and then we just and the students were able to participate, and it was such a great break for them because imagine just if you're a kid and you have emotional issues and you have all sorts of other issues going on in your family life, and your special needs on top of that, right? Imagine just being told that you have to just like sit in a chair, and just like sit there and focus, for long periods of time. That's not cool, right? That's not a pleasant way of existing, and that's not fair to them, right? So I would do it such that like every 15 minutes we'd get up and we'd do just a little bit of qigong, and the students loved it. The aides in my room loved it. Everyone loved it, and it made a difference, and it was huge. So that was, and then we had a big faculty a meeting with all the different schools that were under the umbrella of the special needs school that I taught at. And so there were tons of faculty and staff there, and we had different things you could sign up for, to help improve your teaching, and so it was just like this big event, and they asked me to teach some qigong and yoga as well. And I'm not a certified yoga or qigong instructor. I don't profess to be, but I've been doing it for a long time. So I agreed, and I did it, and I taught that, and people got a lot out of it. So it made a difference. It made a big difference, and I was able to bring love and light into that. So yeah, Grace, you say, hug to the right. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I never thought about that, right? But apparently, it's a warmer embrace if you go to your right. That's what Tantra theory says. So yeah, it was a wonderful. It definitely just giving hugs makes a big difference. Frequently misunderstood. You say Joanna had to teach me how to hug like a Mexican. What is that? Oh, very warm and embracing instead of the distant embrace. Yeah, right. Think about the ways people hug, right? Like a lot of times you'll just see someone like barely touch the person and maybe like a little tap on the back or something, and it's like it's nice, right? It's nice, but it's not like the warmest embrace, right? It's not like really embracing the person and giving them like a really good, warm, loving hug where you just allow your love inside of you to pour into them. Now, does everyone want that? No, absolutely not, right? There's a lot of people that are very reserved and cautious, and they don't want that. They would feel that as being too intrusive. So it's contextually dependent, right? You need to know the person, you need to know what their boundaries are, and all that. But at the same time, once you know the person, and you can even ask them. That's what I do. You can ask for permission. You can say, "Hey, you look like you're really, really stressed out right now. Can I give you a warm embrace?" And he or she might be like, yeah, that would be wonderful. And in which case you do. Or he or she might be like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable with that. And you got to respect that. And then you're like, okay, well, that's fine. You know, I just if you and then you can. I always say, well, if you ever change your mind, just know that I'm here to help, and I'm here to you know, if you'd like a hug, you know, I'd love to be of assistance. Um, yeah, Grace Yogi, you say this must be your calling. It's extra confirmation when you were asked to do it. Yeah, I mean it's you know it when I was at the school and when I was teaching there, it definitely was it was something good. It was something special. You know, I mean that's kind of like ridiculous playing words. I taught at a school for special needs kids, and now I'm just saying it was something special. All right. Anyways, back to what Grace was saying. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was definitely something. It was cool. It was really really powerful that my boss allowed me to do this and actually asked me to do this because you know the environment that I taught in was not very conducive to the holistic scene. You know, right? Sometimes you go in an environment in which you know like you go to if you go to like you know I don't know like a tantra workshop or like a breathwork session or like a sound healing group, right? And you just sit there and you participate, right? It's like you kind of know the vibe, right? You know what you're going to get, you know what you're going to experience. But then there's other groups of people that you know maybe they're very very strict in their religious beliefs and don't like the notion of yoga or whatnot. Grace, in fact, I think you mentioned that, right? You were raised, I think, in an environment where yoga was frowned upon. I think you said that at one point that your family didn't appreciate meditation and yoga, and they tried to keep you from it. But yeah, there's a lot of environments like that, right? Especially in the U.S. and especially throughout the world, right? Where it's like people think yoga and meditation is just woo woo or whatever they call it, right? They say they have these weird terms to describe it. But then the people that go. The funny thing is though, then they're usually the ones that are unhappy and miserable with their existences, and the people that do go into yoga and explore it and feel it are the ones that actually are happier and have a higher quality of life. And I think a lot of it just stems from ignorance, right? A lot of people don't know the benefits of yoga, right? But it's becoming more mainstream. I mean, in the 50s, like if you wanted to, I mean, I don't know where you would find, a yoga studio in the 50s, right? I don't even know. Grace, you might be better able to answer this. I mean, were there yoga classes in the 1940s and 50s in the U.S. or I mean I know in India yoga's been around forever, but like in Western culture not so much. Grace, you say yes, you were raised in an environment where yoga was bad. Yeah, it's so crazy to think that something so beneficial and nourishing on every level of our being could be considered bad. It's like wow, what ignorance we have about about the world. If some of us really held that view, right, that like one of the healthiest things we could do is actually bad. So I'm a chess teacher nowadays, and I teach at different schools in the Chicagoland area, and I also teach private lessons. And one of the schools I teach at, actually two of the schools that I teach at now, I noticed in the gymnasium, we set up the tables a lot of times in like the gym for kids to play chess at, but they would have like schedules, and like on the schedule in public school, these are public schools mind you, was yoga. It was amazing. And then the other school, it said like mindfulness practice, and I'm like, they're teaching yoga now and mindfulness techniques to 5 and 6 year olds and 7 year olds. That's incredible, right? That's totally incredible, to be able to have that in a public school and to teach that. I mean, those physical education teachers are teaching more than physical education, right? They're teaching mindfulness, and that's part of our whole being, right? So it's pretty amazing that we're moving in that direction. I mean, yoga. Everyone knows what yoga is now. I mean, you really never come across someone who's like never heard of this yoga thing that you're talking about, you know, but like it didn't used to be that way. And same thing with meditation. One funny story, Gracie say, I don't think so. I don't recall any yoga studios nearby when you were a kid. Yeah, there were. I don't remember any yoga nearby me either when I was a kid, and we're the same age. So we're close to it. So like, yeah, like you know, it's just it's thriving though. It's coming up. I mean, you like in the Chicagoland area, you know, you can't drive more than a couple blocks without a yoga studio, you know, being present. They're all over the place. They're ubiquitous. So it's definitely we're moving in the right direction with that. And I think a lot of it is a reaction to the how quick everything's getting in the world. You know, things are quick, quick, quick. We have deadlines. We need to you know, get all our work in by this time, and we need to do this and that, and you know, everything's just getting faster and faster and faster. So the yoga comes along, kind of like settles down all the craziness, and just kind of like makes it such that, you know, you can have more peace and love in your life, right? It's such a wonderful thing. Um, hey, thank you so much for the follow, Sejins. Thank you, much appreciated. Yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, so we're getting more yoga. We're moving in the right direction in that way. But then again, you know, with the way things are getting quicker and quicker, I mean, it's, you know, are we actually moving in the right direction? You know, one of my favorite quotes is that in stillness are all things answered. And that means a lot, right? Because a lot of times, you know, we go out in the external world and we search, and we're trying to find answers to our questions, and we're you know, frantically, you know, racing around doing things, trying to come up with this, you know, inner wisdom, try to understand, you know, our inner selves and our inner being. But then, you know, a lot of times we don't just sit, and we don't just sit in a state of peacefulness and get into that state. And in that state, I've had my greatest insights. My greatest insights that I've ever had have not come from teachers. They've not come from books. They've come from just sitting in a dark, quiet room by myself meditating. And it's like I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, you know, we're taught that, you know, we need to go out externally and in order to find truths, right? That we can only find truths in the external world. But at the end of the day, just sitting in a dark, quiet room by yourself and just meditating is so beneficial. In fact, George Bernard Shaw, you know, just a famous genius, basically one of the greatest geniuses I think of the 20th century, said that all of our problems, all of humanity's problems, result from man, he said man, but man and woman not being able to sit in a dark, quiet room by themselves and be perfectly at peace. And that's a pretty profound statement. I mean, really think about that, right? You know, if people could just sit on their own and were willing to be able to sit on their own and be in that perfect state of love and peace, I mean, then all this other stuff, all these ego dynamics, all this chaos, all this division, all this media sensationalism, all this marketing craziness with overbearing advertisers just kind of fades away, right? It just drifts away because it's not real. You start coming to realize what's truly important, you know? Oh, Adam Yogi, you know George Bernard Shaw. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, he was a brilliant dude. He really was. He really was. Grace Yoga, you say in my Yoga 500 training, they taught us meditation does bring truth. You're so right about that. You're so right about that. I firmly believe that we have the answers to all of our questions within, right? And this, you know, it's come kind of cliche to say that, right? You know, you'll hear people say, you know, you'll hear people say it almost like a platitude, right? And it's like, but it's wisdom, it's truth. And you know, if you look at a lot of the great spiritual masters and the gurus, you know, from time immemorial, that's what they've been saying, you know. All the religious figures, you know, Buddha and Jesus and all of the you know, Gandhi, all of the amazing, enlightened souls, on our planet. Have been saying this. Look inside, go within, feel that love within, right? And most people just blow it off, or else they accept it on a superficial level, but they don't actually do the work. But it's so important. It's so important to do it. And here's a funny, but people don't know about it, right? When I was teaching, when I was teaching that the qigong and the meditation at the school that I used to teach at, with all the faculty there, there was this really old dude. He was probably like, I think he was like in his 80s at the time, and he taught there. He was a paraprofessional, a parapro, and he had no concept of what meditation was. Well, he had a concept of what meditation was, but it was like so bizarre, and it was so weird from like what I know meditation as. So when I started leading people through the meditation, he literally just jumped up out of his chair and started like waving his arms around, like and then like everyone was like, what's going on here? But like his in his mind, meditation was like literally like being like up and active and like waving your arms around, and like like I don't know, it was a funny moment. I just kind of let him go with it, and he just kind of walked off by himself. And I think, I don't know if that was what was the church that he the church that he went to that taught him that, or whatever. But it was just a really interesting thing. Hey, Tara Time is here. Tara Time, the emote queen. I had the she spams emotes like no one's business, right? She's always spamming the best emotes. She's a wonderful person. I got to catch her incredible stream today. Tara Time and I are both having rough days today. And Tara Time, I hope you're feeling better today, right? I'm feeling a lot better after Grace Yoga's stream. I was lucky enough, and I'm so grateful, Grace. Thank you again, that I got to participate in your meditation today. And I feel so much more love and joy in my heart, now that I got to participate with that. And Terra Time, your stream is the same. And by the way, I want to give a little shout out to my brother, frequently misunderstood brother from another mother, who made these amazing emotes. He's the one that made my prayer hands emote and my fire heart emote, right? So when you see these emotes getting spammed on a screen, I mean, it's from this amazing individual. So thank you again so much for that, man. And I can't wait till you come into town. It's going to be so good to see you. So yeah, my day was so bad until I streamed. Oh, it got better after you streamed. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful. And my day's like that too sometimes, right? I'm feeling better from your stream and Grace's stream, and now like that I'm here streaming. Some days my day is just so much happier and filled with joy when I can stream and be around all these wonderful people. It's just the way it is, It's something about the community here and on Twitch, in the fitness and health world, right? We just have so much love and positivity. And it's funny, I'm saying that like probably like like right when I say that, we'll get someone in who will start trolling up a storm or something like that. That's usually the irony of the universe, right? You just say like, look at all these amazing beautiful people, these I can feel all your love and light, and then you just get someone that joins in and is just like poo or something like that. I actually had that the other day, right? Terror Time, you had my back the other day. You had my back the other day. Thank you, being a wonderful moderator. I was in that state of pure zen, and we had that troll come in and like started trolling during that meditation, and you banned him. So thank you so much for that. Because it's kind of weird, right? If I'm sitting there with my eyes closed, and if we're all meditating, like you never know what the trolls could run rampant. You would think that like trolls would like at least have enough like common decency and courtesy to like stay away from like yoga and meditation streams, where people are trying to like benefit, really improve themselves. But whatever, such is life, right? A little bit of irony is okay. Frequently misunderstood. You said we're gonna eat some good meat. So, frequently misunderstood. I hope this is okay if I share this. But he is going to buy. I think it's what is it? It's objectively the best steak on the planet. Is that what it is? The best meat on the planet. He's going to get it shipped in from Japan. And this is wild, right? This is wild, man. The best. It's called. Is that what it's called? Wagyu, Wagu. The best steak on the planet. I've never had this. I've never experienced this, but it's like really expensive. But like it's like supposedly like the finest cut of meat that you'll ever get in your life. And he's coming into town, so he's gonna get it shipped to my place, and we're gonna cook up this meat and just have like a cookout with some friends, and it's just gonna be a wonderful thing. And I really hope you enjoy it as much as I hope you appreciate it because I know you're big into quality food, and where you're living right now, you can't get the best cuts of meat. But I mean, I know you said the fish is incredible, right? Where you're at right now, so that's cool. Um, yeah, Adam, you know what? That's a really good point. I could do emote only mode when I do the streams, when I do the meditations. That is something that I might want to consider. The only thing about that is I think I've only really had like one troll come in all the time I've been doing this. So like during the actual meditation, or maybe like I think I've had maybe two or three. Like I had a couple at the beginning, and then I had like just this one the other day, and then I've had some like before the meditation, but like they usually don't come around too often. I don't know, they kind of stick to the gamer streams a lot. Let's see, where are we at? Let's see. You fight back. Yeah, Terror Time, you are a fighter, you are a fighter. Absolutely. Stupid troll. You had troll today, and you had a troll in your stream today. Ah, all right. Yeah, they pop in, and it's part of the irony of the universe, right? If you look at throughout the course of human history, you'll irony is everywhere. Irony is everywhere, and trolls, they're kind of, as long as they're not being too pernicious, it's like whatever, they're just, and most of the time it's like an 8-year-old kid, it's like, dude, when I was 8 years old, I probably, would be doing stupid stuff too, right? But such is life, right? All right. Uh, our Argentinian trolls are so 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 stupid. They make me go mad. Argentinian trolls, yeah, I don't know. That would be an interesting study to do actually, like trolls from different cultures and the different ways people decide to troll and like I wonder if that's a thing, right? Like if the Argentinian trolls are vastly different than like the you know Chinese trolls, or like the Chinese trolls are vastly different than American trolls, right? Like or than as North American moles, North American trolls, right? That would be interesting. Now I'm kind of interested. The troll that I had, I think he said three things before you banned him, right? And it was, I think he was speaking in Spanish, so you were able to catch him. So unrespectful people. Yeah, I just kind of view them as ignorant, right? Like I said, they're probably like 8-year olds, so they don't know what's going on. And I believe it was the Buddha that said that all human suffering is the result of ignorance, and that is so so important and so true to think about, right? Um, because if someone, think about it this way, if someone is truly enlightened and feels nothing but love and joy in their heart, and has this great amount of wisdom, they're not gonna go around trolling. They're not gonna show up in like in streams and just like start like writing, typing, poo and stuff like that. They're gonna be respectful, kind, loving, compassionate human beings that are trying to foster growth and love in whatever community they participate in. So it's just the result of ignorance, right? When people gain more wisdom, they no longer feel the need to be disrespectful, and whatnot. So that's something to keep in mind. Um, I think it was Jesus, right? Said love thy enemy, right? Love thine enemy. That's a cool thing. And he was one of the greatest masters of all time, spiritual masters. Some people will say that he is the greatest, and I'm not here to deny that, right? Um, and think about it. If someone comes in and into your chat and is going to try to be provoking and get you riled up or whatnot, it's because they're ignorant. It's not, if they had enough wisdom and knowledge and peace and love, within their hearts, then they wouldn't feel the need to do that. So yeah, I mean, anger is never the appropriate response. Now, the problem is we're hardwired to retaliate, right? To be angry if someone attacks us, right? If someone attacks us, we have fight or flight going, right? That's our evolutionary programming. It's literally programmed into our DNA to react that way. So what I try to teach, and what we try to teach through meditation and yoga, is to go beneath the level of consciousness, of conscious awareness, into the heart chakra, to go into that place of perfect love and peace. And once you're there, to not respond, not with anger when someone attacks you, right? And when I say attack, I'm talking about verbal attacks. If someone physically attacks you, obviously you have to defend yourself. And that's perfectly fine, right? But if someone, if let's say someone says some disparaging comments to you or some passive aggressive comments to you, you always have a choice of how you're going to respond. And now, I mean, they could say some really insulting stuff, but remember, it's always your choice whether or not you're going to take offense or not, right? You have that power. And words can be hurtful, right? But you can choose to interpret them in whatever way you want and frame it. Now, is that easy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's one of the most difficult things in the world when someone comes at you with scathing, attacking remarks, to not allow it to affect you and to offer them love in return. And that's amazing, right? To do that, like if you can get good at that, and there have been times in my life where I can do that, and I aspire to that. That's like part of my daily practice in my meditation. I try to release all my feelings of resentment and anger and whatnot, and allow myself to respond with love to people who attack me. Now that's a wild thing, right? Like if you can do that though, I feel you have achieved the highest level of human evolution that you can do. You've evolved yourself to the max, right? And that's what it's all about. And one way to do that is by recognizing the fundamental nature of humanity. Now, if you hold the view that the fundamental nature of a human being is the sum collection of their thoughts, I can prove to you that's an incorrect view to hold. And here's how I can do it through metaphysics, actually. So the views that you hold, the belief set that you have right now, or that you had when you're 5 years old, is vastly different than the belief set that you had when you're 10 years old, right? When you're 5 years old, you're believing in Santa Claus. When you're 10 years old, you're not. The belief set that you had when you're 10 years old is vastly different than the belief set you had when you're 15 years old. And every 5 years, every couple of years, your beliefs change dramatically, right? So my beliefs are very different than than they were 5 years ago, right? So it doesn't make sense for me to identify my foundational essence as the sum total of my beliefs, as my belief set, right? Because if I did so, then that would be saying that what I am, the person, that the belief set that I hold is actually different, than that, or I am not the same. I am not the same as I was, when I was 5, as far as the belief set total. And I know I'm not articulating this in a really great way, but you get the point, right? But now here's the main idea though. If you identify yourself below the level of conscious awareness in the heart chakra with love, if you say that is your foundational essence, and that is who you are, that you're love, that is what you are, then when you come into contact with people in the world that have big egos and are saying disparaging comments and are trying to saying scathing remarks and are trying to to get you, enraged and fire you up or whatnot, you can bypass all that ego. You can bypass all that and you can connect with the love within them, because that love is foundational to you and that love is foundational to them. And that's a really important thing. Now, is it easy? Absolutely not, right? But is it possible? Yes, it is. All right. Where are we at here? Imbalanced, you're still here. In the words of Terror time for punishment. Yeah, right. Time for punishment. But I think it's time for meditation, right? I've been talking a lot. We've been having a lot of good conversation here, and it's just, I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. So thank you so much. So let's do some meditation. That's why we're here. Oh, you meant for yourself. Yeah, you beat me to it. I was gonna start spamming Terror Time's back to work emote. This Sergeant Terry. But of course Terror Time's gonna beat me to it. She's the emote queen. There's no one's gonna beat Terror Time to getting those emotes out there. I don't know. I feel like you have like a separate keyboard set up and you're just like, able to like, spam like emotes like, like on cue, like quicker than anyone else, and like the proper emotes, I don't know how you do it. You're like one of those like, video gamers with like, those gamers with like 900 APMs. It's crazy. Like you'll see them in playing StarCraft. StarCraft is a real-time strategy game. They're like, they got like 300, 350, 400 APMs. That's actions per minute, and it's crazy how quickly they're moving. And they're typing so quickly on the keyboard. But yeah, Grace, you're ready for the meditation. So am I. Let's do it. Imbalanced, you're lifting 30 pounds, prepping up for the Saturday. Hey, Imbalanced, I hope you have an amazing time. And Grace, I think, Grace, were you going to? I think you're going to, right, to the NorCal meetup? That's wonderful. If I recall, yeah, you're gonna all meet up there, and you guys are gonna bring love and light, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. You guys are gonna have a great time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what streams come out of that. It's gonna be an awesome experience. You may fall asleep, so if you don't talk afterwards, you'll be. Yeah, that's fine. I was actually starting to drift off during the end of your meditation. It was so peaceful and wonderful. So thank you so much for that. Okay, let's see. Terror Time, you ate a banana today in your stream? I saw you. You brought out the bananas. I didn't know you actually ate one, though. I'm the Banana King. I think that settles it. All right, I'm gonna have to get a custom-made banana emote. I think I might have to. Frequently misunderstood. If you're still around, man, I might be asking you for a little help in designing. I mean, they have some banana emojis out there, I think, but like I think I need like a custom banana emote. It would be pretty fun. Banana King. That is great. I love it. I love it. I guess I'm the Banana King at the end of the day. I'm just an old school monkey who's just trying to get enough potassium in his system so his legs don't cramp up. When you see a banana now, you see my face on it. Whoa, that is intense. That is intense. A banana with a crown on top in balance. That would be the way to do it. That's a pretty cool idea. Frequently misunderstood, man. Like, I don't know, if you got some time on your hands one of these days, that could definitely be my next emote. Because I usually do. I usually am sitting here with a bunch of bananas, right? Because I get leg cramps all the time, and like it's because I drink so much water, so I'm constantly flushing things out of my system. And I sweat so much because I do hot yoga. I do Bikram yoga, 105 degrees, 90 minutes. So I'm just constantly like, moving things through my system. And potassium, unfortunately, is one of those things that just gets flushed out. So, yeah, I'm always looking to try to get more potassium in my system. Okay, y'all are so creative. Yeah, everyone here is wonderful. Everyone here is feeling that creative flow, that energy. But we need to get into meditation. It's that time. So let's do this. That's why we're here. Okay. So you're going to want to get in a nice, comfortable seated position. You can sit in lotus pose on the floor. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit in a chair. Or you can even lie down. The main thing is to get in a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. And I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that goes off every 2 seconds. And you can use that to help regulate your breath count. Take a few more slow, deep breaths on your own. And sit with good posture, or if you're laying down, relax all the muscles in your body. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Throughout this meditation, maintain your focus on your breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Be mindful of your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out, gently lowering your abdomen. Keep your attention focused on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Stay true to your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on top of a mountain, watching the clouds move through the sky below. Two clouds merge into one, and one cloud divides into two. You watch as the clouds move through the sky. Your thoughts are like those clouds. The clouds move through the sky and disappear over the horizon, just like your thoughts. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that obscures your third eye sight. Your essence is love. Inhale, returning your attention to your breath. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in, filling your vessel with love and light. Breathe out, releasing any stress or tension from your being. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky and disappearing over the horizon. And return your focus to your breath. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. breathe out, releasing any thoughts from your mind. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Stay mindful of your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, they distract us from the truth. Release them and return your focus to your breath count. Your essence is love. The manifestation of love is light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. And awaken the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until all of humanity is lit once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all ego that obscures your third eye sight. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing any stress or tension from the body. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds. Watching them as they move throughout the sky and disappear over the horizon. And bring your attention back to your breath and focus on your breath. On your next inhale, travel deep beneath the level of consciousness. Go into the region surrounding your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from that location, pouring throughout your whole body. Explore that area of perfect love and peace, for that place is your home. You can go there whenever you're stressed out and having a rough day, if you so choose. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all thoughts that obscure your third eye sight. Your essence is love. The manifestation of love is light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. And awaken the inner light within them. will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until the whole world is glowing radiantly once again. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, gently raising your abdomen. Breathe out, gently lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. How long can you sit in that place of perfect peace and oneness without any thoughts racing through your mind? For most of us, it's not very long at all. But if you learn to even quiet your mind for a split second, you have made a world of progress. And through diligent practice of meditation, the duration of clearing your mind will increase until you can sit for longer stretches of time in a state of pure being and oneness. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Stay focused on your breath count. As thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds. Watch them as they move through the sky and disappear over the horizon. And bring your attention back to your breath. On your next inhale, dive deep beneath the level of consciousness to the place of love where no thoughts remain. In that place of love, you come to find your foundational essence. You come to unite with your core. In that place of pure being, you feel nothing but unconditional love for all of humanity. You bypass any ego thoughts that keep you separated from others, and you connect with everyone at the place of pure love. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego that distracts you from the awareness of your love. Ego thoughts are like mosquitoes. They're constantly fluttering around, trying to distract you from your source of pure love. But when you come to realize that those thoughts are of no benefit, you can let them go and return to your fundamental essence. And at that place of pure oneness, you feel nothing but unconditional love for all of creation. That place of pure being is your eternal home. You are not your consciousness. Your fundamental essence is pure love. And when you realize your true essence, all the problems from your world disappear. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is not conducive to your well-being. Your essence is love. The manifestation of love is light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. And awaken the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until the whole world glows radiantly once again. And this illusory dualistic framework will crumble. As perception breaks apart and we return to seeing through pure sight. For seeing the world through your third eye is not just a platitude. It's something that can be manifested in your reality. And the whole world will glow before your eyes as you see the noumenal world, things as they are in themselves. Inhale through your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. You are perfect love. When we go out into the external world, we're constantly thinking about the past and thinking about the future. We think about things we should have done and things we shouldn't have done. We have planning thoughts, thinking about what we will do next. All those thoughts distract us from what we truly are. Through meditation, we learn how to reside in the present moment. We learn to live without being a slave to space and time. We learn to go within to the place of pure love and oneness. That place of love is more foundational than consciousness. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and worry from your being. Breathe in, filling your body with love and light. Breathe out, releasing any fear. Your essence is love. The manifestation of love is light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. And awaken the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until the whole world is glowing radiantly once again. When you travel deep down within, you can feel the love emanating from your heart chakra. You can feel the perfect peace and oneness that resides within you. That place is your eternal home. The dualistic framework that we think we inhabit is a perceptual error. But when we meditate, we remember that we reside in a state of perfect monism. Being one with all of creation, how could there be two? Division and separation of any kind are inconceivable. From the place of perfect oneness. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that obscures your third eyesight. Stay focused on your breath. When thought arises in your mind, release it and return to the place of golden light emanating from within. That place is your eternal home. On your next inhale, travel deeper, deeper further beneath the level of consciousness, into that place of perfect oneness. Search around in that place of love for the center point. Feel the love emanating from that center. Feel the joy that resides there. When you're ready, walk on through. Through the gateway into the center point, you come to realize who you truly are. You come to embrace your divine essence. The ego would do whatever it can to distract you and keep you away from remembering who you truly are. But when you go into that center point, there is no doubt in your mind of your divinity. And all the doubting ego thoughts pale in comparison with the love and joy that you find in your center. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all ego that keeps you from feeling your perfect love. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing any distracting thoughts from your being. Stay focused on the center point. Be determined to not lose sight of that perfect place of oneness. From the context of eternity, you have never left that place.
It's only a perceptual sleight of hand that makes us think that we traveled away from that perfection. But in reality, that place is our eternal home. And in that place, you realize you have everything you have ever needed. You come to realize the external search for peace will never bear fruit. What can you hope to gain by searching in the external illusion of this world? And by searching for joy and peace in the external world, it implies that you don't have perfect love and peace already within you. That is the perceptual mistake of humanity. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Go deep within to the place of love, to the center point. And remember your eternal home. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of the day. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here with me and sharing this sacred space. I'm truly honored and grateful to be your meditation guide on this day. I hope you all found this meditation peaceful, and I hope you gained something from it. All right, we did the work. That was the longest meditation that I have done on Twitch. I know that's a lot. It's a lot to sit there for a long period of time and to do the work and to go into that place of pure oneness within you. But you did it. You were able to clear your mind even for a split second. And if you were able to do that, you made worlds of progress. Thank you for being here with me. what if you did like a 24-hour meditation stream? Hyperdom, so good to see you, brother. It's so funny that you said that because earlier, prior to the meditation, I actually said the exact same thing. Those in the chat will vouch for me on that one. I was talking about doing a 24-hour meditation stream. The longest that I've ever meditated for is 8 hours. And that was tough. Like the body just, it's just really tough to sit for 8 hours in one position. Your body just doesn't like it. Uh, that when I before I did the 8 hour meditation, I did some yoga prior, so my body was loosened up and I was feeling really healthy and good that day. But yeah, a 24-hour meditation stream would be incredible. I was thinking about maybe doing a charity stream, 24 hours, but I got to work up to that. It's a lot. It's a lot, and you go so deep into that place of oneness that it's like you release all ego. But yeah, I've definitely been toying with that idea. It's going to be done, but in the future, I gotta get to that point. I mean, there's Buddhist monks that have meditated longer than that, way longer than that. So if they can do it, maybe I can do it one day too. So yeah, is everyone sleeping? Did I put everyone to sleep here? I think I might have. I know a lot of people were talking about how have told me that during my meditations they get tired and they fall asleep. But that's okay. The fact that you hung out and you were here with me in that place of perfect oneness means so much to me, and I'm so grateful that you came and that you did the work. Because meditation is a lot of work. Some people think, oh, meditation is just putting my fingers out like this and sitting in lotus pose, right? But it's not. It's not just sitting there, right? You have to do the work. You have to constantly clear out your thoughts, and then new thoughts arise in your mind and you let those go. And then new thoughts pop in and you let those go. And it's a battle. It literally is a battle because our minds are trained to be thinking about everything, right? Our minds are trained to constantly think about one thing and then the next thing and then the next thing and then the next thing. And that's what the ego mind wants. The ego mind wants us to be distracted. It wants us to keep us away from that place of pure love within us. That's our true essence. That's our true home. This dualistic framework is nonsense. It's a joke. Yet we all take it so seriously. It's a sad joke, to be honest. But we all ended up buying into this illusion, the illusion of dualism. But one day we come to realize our monism, and the whole world shifts, and perception disappears, and we see truly through our third eye. And that's the goal. That's the goal of the meditation. Christine the Bean, you are relaxed. Well, I'm so happy that you're so relaxed. Yes. It's great that you've found peace and relaxation in this meditation. And that's why I do it. I'm trying to bring love and joy to the world. I'm trying to share that love and joy with others and to show them that they can go into that place and feel that perfect oneness and that love, and that we don't need to be in these ego battles. We don't need to be, have these broken relationships that cause us pain. We can feel, we can go inside to our true home within and have everything that we've ever needed. And that's the point of my streams. That's the point of my meditations. Terra Time, thank you so much. Saying I'm a lovely teacher. That is so kind of you. And you're a lovely teacher as well. Whenever I go to your streams, you always remind me to smile. You always remind me. I mean, you don't specifically say it, but your actions embody the purest love and kindness and joy. And I go to your streams and I feel and I smile and I can't stop smiling half the time. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. You're such a wonderful person. the emote queen, Terra Time. You're such an incredible person. I'm so grateful that we met. If you ever get a chance to come to the USA, come to Chicago and visit Kittens and I. It would be pretty awesome, and I would love to come meet you in person. It would probably be too much actually. It'd be so much love and joy. I wouldn't even be able to control myself. So maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. I'm just all right. I'm all zenned out now. I'm feeling I'm feeling unbounded love right now for everything. So maybe it's time we call it a night here. Well, a night for wherever I am. I'm in Chicago. Um, all right. Let's see who we're gonna rate. JT Farms, thank you so much for being here with me in this state of perfect oneness. Thank you. You have been such an inspiration. JT Farms, those of you who don't know, is the channel shaman. She keeps out all the bad vibes and keeps all the good vibes in. She's such a wonderful soul. She's an amazing poet, and she's taught me so much, and so it's just great to be here. Terror time, you say, oh for sure, but take care, cause I'll make you dance all night. You would. I need to get hold on a second. I need to do some justice to this now. I need to get the right, the right emote going. Where are you, Terror Time? I don't know how you can pull these emotes out so quickly. You always pull them out so quickly. It's like you got them on speed dial. I don't know how you can just, I mean, this is the one I want to use. There we go. That's the one. That's the one, right? Yeah. You would have me dancing. The funny thing is, and this is crazy. This is kind of crazy, but frequently misunderstood can attest to this. I try to refrain from dancing. I'm not a big dancer. Hey, Rigger02, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. And it's not because I'm self-conscious about dancing or anything like that. I just feel like my dancing is too wild for the group of people I'm around. Like the only time I really dance is in the mosh pit. I mean, and to think, right? It's like I'm out here professing perfect love and peace. But then I'm huge into heavy metal, right? I'm huge into the mosh pit, and there's a dance that actually can occur in the mosh pit. You feel that energy, you feel that, and you just go with it. That's where I dance in the mosh pit. It's like my primal urges coming out, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, Rigger02, it's so nice to meet you as well. Yes, I'm on here streaming about 6 nights a week. I try to stream meditations 6 nights a week, and I discuss philosophy, metaphysics, all sorts of topics as well. So grateful for you to be here as part of the community. Um, Terra Time, you say, I'm sure you can dance like John Travolta. I cannot dance like Travolta. I cannot, and I would never claim that I could. I'm more of a wild man on the dance floor, but I enjoy it. I have fun, and that's kind of how it goes. Uh, there are some days where I do energy dances, like with qigong and yoga. I kind of incorporate all that and just go with the flow and feel the energy. And I'm moving around. I'm moving my body in ways that feel like I'm harnessing energy and love and light from the universe. But that's pretty much the extent of my dance. Well, thank you all for being here. It's about time that we rate someone. Hyperdumb, you say you should include dancing on your point redemption list. Uh-oh. Now that's a lot to ask of me, Hyperdumb. That's a lot. You know what? That's a lot to ask. Maybe when I'll tell you what, buddy. Maybe when you start streaming on your own, maybe then I'll do that, right? Because you've been putting it off, and I want to hear what you have to say, brother. I want to hear your streams, man. It was so cool hearing you and Sunrise. Sunrise. By the way, Sunrise Reads is a phenomenal streamer here on Twitch. Check her out. Let me actually just give, even though she's not here, I'm gonna give her a shout out. She's just such a wonderful person. Uh, is there an underscore? I always forget. Is it Sunrise Reads or Sunrise underscore Reads or just Sunrise Reads? I never know who's got the underscore in their names. Like half the people do, half the streamers do, half of them don't. But yeah, okay, deal. When you start, yeah, I mean, maybe that will be the case, dude. Maybe that will be the case. You start streaming your own streams, and I do some kind of energy dance. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be intense. It's asking a lot from me, but Terror Time, you say you want to see my booty shaking. Yeah, I mean, see, you're better at shaking your booty than I am. I'm a little too rigid. I'm very locked up in my being. But yeah, you can get away with it. You can get away with it a lot more. Even though I am a yogi, you would think I'd be a little more flexible in that. But all right, well, Rigger's here to you say, let's try now. Do dancing. Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, I'm getting a lot of pressure on me, but I'm not one to succumb to pressure. I'm kind of like Hyperdome. You said on the outside one day. You said that on the outside you're very fluid, but on the inside you're not one to be pressured into anything. You're like a rock, and I'm the same way, Hyperdome. I'm the same way. Do it light, taking me through the night. Agni dancing, baby, you do it right. Andy Gibb, awesome. All right. All right. Well, this has been great. Thank you all so much again. Now is a fun part because we get to see who's out there and who's streaming, and we get to find someone to raid. Is there anyone who you would all prefer? Ooh, Delta Crab is streaming right now. Delta Crab is a musician, and does music streams. We should definitely let's raid Delta Crab and give Delta Crab some love. I've only had the chance to raid him once prior, but he's good. He's talented. So I love rating musicians and artists. That's like it's like really close to my heart, to bring my community over there and then expose my community to good music and art. So we're gonna give Delta Crab a raid, and peace be with all of you. And I hope you all have such a wonderful, blessed night or morning or day. Namaste to all of you. Thank you.